First off, welcome everybody. We have George Schminky. He's a special effects makeup artist in the Los Angeles area. Maybe slightly struggling, right?
What? Wait, repeat again. Wait a minute. What?
No, I'm kidding.
Shots fired.
I'm kidding. George Schminky, special effects makeup artist. He's on Face Off. How many years ago was that now?
That was like 5 years ago now.
And you were a finalist, top three, right?
Yeah,
Finish.
That's right.
Did they ever say which, like second or third, or do you just top three? And they
top three? You're fighting for the money, and whoever wins that or doesn't mess up or fucked up in that challenge, again wins the money.
So you fucked up.
I fucked up. I definitely did.
And then we have Darius Faizi. How do you pronounce your last name?
Faizi.
Fani?
Known you for like a decade.
Are we the Muppets right now?
We have kids together. Funny story. They used to call me Faizi all the time because I kind of look like him and I'm that hairy, but it's Faizi.
Oh. So what is it?
Faizi.
Faizi?
Yeah.
No shit. I never kw that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's super weird. Well, it doesn't look like
How many years have you guys known each other?
Too many.
Wow.
Wait, 2012? So seven.
Sounds about right.
7-ish
Yeah, we
years.
used to stand around in the
his
club.
last name.
Oh, I've always seen it and been like, interesting.
DF. It's like, cool, Scott.
And how do you spell it though?
So that's the funny part, right? So it's Faizi. And the funny thing is I was talking to my dad who's immigrated from Iran. And I was like, why is our name spelled like that? No one ever gets it right. And he's like, well, I just kind of picked it. How should I have done it? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, yeah, when you come over, there's no English in Iran. Like I spelled it how I thought it'd make sense. Should I have done Fayzee? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, can you believe that? Like I was like 19 and I'm like, Dad, this is real?
Oh,
what are you talking about?
Dude, that's funny. Man.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah,
That's a good story.
yeah. So my wife came over. It's the same thing. They pick English names.
terrifying.
So it's like you just pick something similar to like what their
Did you pick her name as a
Yeah,
kid?
whatever it sounds
Well,
like.
the parents did. Yeah.
Oh, she didn't pick her own name?
Like their real names are her real name is Jai in Chinese.
Like a Jawa, like Star Wars?
Jawa. You look at me with my Jawa. Yeah, that's totally it. That's cool. But you so Darius is a chemist? Is that the appropriate?
chemist. Well, I do chemical sales now. So yeah, we supply the chemistry to probably makeup art manufacturers and things
really?
like that.
Oh,
so
sweet, man.
Lot in Los Angeles, Orange County.
So you were doing, what was your specialty in that, in terms of like what the materials you're working with or what you're making?
Commodity stuff. So we do water treatment, all that crap that goes to the water treatment plants and they purify it. We provide the chemististry there. So I work for the largest distributor in the country.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude,
Watch
that
out.
just gave us like credibility on this.
It did actually.
Right.
Three idiots, and then we go,
We'll
what's the
see.
chemist
We'll
say?
see how this goes. I'm pretty sure it won't, but you never know.
So everybody here has a child.
Yes, we
George,
do.
what's your biggest concern right now for your kids?
For my kid,
Yeah.
to be honest, that I do a good job. Shit. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. When I tell her not to do this or do that, and I don't want to be like causing any brain damage or anything like that.
When you're beating her up a little bit. When you're smacking her.
Oh no, I don't touch her, but I go like, man, am I saying the right thing to her or not?
Yeah.
Or especially, I'm thinking more of the future.
Mhm.
Like when this little fuckers come into the door and say like, I want to take your daughter out. That really gets to my head. I don't know why, but it does.
Oh,
Maybe it's a
because
Latino thing.
I don't know. I think it's universal.
Universal,
because when we were younger as men, we were kind of playing the game, right? We were pitching game at girls.
You know what you're there for.
Don't
And I
ever
know
tell
what
my
they're
wife
there
what
for.
this is called. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't ever
we
tell.
won't.
my
We
wife.
won't. You're safe here.
Am I though?
I don't think my wife would listen to this.
No,
show.
I
You guys are
totally agree.
idiots.
Like I'm
nerds.
terrified. I have a daughter as well. At
you have
2, and
dude.
I'm like, I'm already getting ready to buy some shotguns, and
You have two daughters?
just one,
Just one,
that I
okay.
know about, and so we're, it's terrifying.
It is terrifying, dude.
Couldn't
Because
agree
you know
more.
what they're doing at that door.
You know what the
When
guy's
they ring.
thinking, you know what they talk about, you know what the goal is, all that shit. So
Yeah.
that's what's scary, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot you can do about it, really. Once they start hitting up near the teens and the 18, I mean, what are you really going to do? I mean, you can say,
dude, follow
they're just
her.
but follow.
But I'm gonna be in the theater right there in the back row. Like,
that's the
all right,
scary thing
watching
is, Scott, you said 18, right? That's
Yeah.
not true. It's even younger now.
Yeah, it is.
And that's
yeah.
what's scary.
No,
Yeah.
dude, really? No.
Yeah.
14,
Sure.
13.
Oh, no, not for me.
Depending on the guy.
I couldn't
you know.
agree with you more. I mean,
What are you going to do when the dude comes to the door and he's
But
like,
who's doing that at 14?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell him, hey, dude, here, sit down
Oh,
on the
you mean-
sofa.
You see us at 14? What were you? I don't know. You were like at 14.
No,
Oh, like a mouth of braces, rubber bands.
100%.
Bing, bing. I'm like, I can't even
No, but there's
I
the
was a
guys.
little devil at 13, 14. I
You were
was
a-
like,
were you a woman?
I
Because you were
already
hitting
was
puberty.
doing what I had to do, you know.
You were like,
I was come to this
you were
world
like
to
this
do.
at 14. You were like this at 14.
He came up with a mustache and everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
But what are you going to do though? Seriously, how far would you take it? Would you follow Would you follow her to places?
No, not really. But I will take her like, okay, you want to go to the movies with this kid? Fantastic, but I'll go with you guys. I'll stay behind right here, you know? Oh, you want to stay in the house? Yeah, sure, you can come. You going to sit down with my daughter here in the sofa? Sure, no problem. But I'll sit down here with you guys and we'll talk and we'll watch a movie together. You know? That kind of thing. Because I know what I used to do when
Yeah, that's
You know.
true.
the father goes away. I'm like, oh, finally, he went away. Yeah, all right. Whew. And do your thing, you know? You attack.
Yeah. What about?
kick ass or something?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I assume you have the same
Martial
concerns then
arts.
as George. Are you going to put your daughter in like self-defense, anything, martial arts? Like what
Hundred-
is your plan for her?
100%.
Not because maybe she's not, a willing participant of the dude coming over, in a setting like a school or college and something happens. Are you going to kind of try to instill that in her before she gets to that point?
100%. I think you have to. Because
Well, that's a problem. Maybe she doesn't want to defend herself. That's what my concern is. That
Well, yeah.
No,
that she's not gonna be like. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, I like it too," or something like that. Which of course they do. You know that they do. Come on, guys. We all
We're
went
all
there.
screwed and-
Yeah, we all did
no,
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I guess that's two different things. And it's one, the unsolicited stuff. And then two,
See, that's the one that
Well, you're
I'm
looking at
worried
more of
about.
like a aggressive,
behavior.
guys are,
Yeah.
guys are pigs,
Like-
man. I mean, most of them.
Not all.
We
of them.
are.
No, not
yeah.
all of them, but a lot of them are.
94%.
I think we all are. Actually.
Yeah.
Well, the ones who are going to be the ones who are coming to, really aggressive are going to be the kind of the ones that are like,
They're gonna be murdered. And
yeah,
died in the
true.
desert.
it's the nerds. It's the guy with the braces. Those are the guys you end up they're probably going to marry or something later on, But
Yeah.
it's the ones who are at 14 that, they're trying to do that
yeah.
naughty stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. I think it's also just the random, like, hey, you're walking down the street. I mean, when I was in college, you'd get random dudes running around groping women on
Oh,
our
really?
Yeah,
and
it's
you're just
true.
like, what the?
Yeah, it's
Like,
weird.
Where'd you go to
Yeah,
school?
that's bad.
I mean, I know, but for everybody listening.
I don't know if I want to say.
Oh, well, you can make it up.
USC. And so,
That was awesome.
so no, I'm just kidding. So I went to UCLA and it wasn't all the time, but it only takes one instance, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
to cause permanent damage to your daughter or son.
Oh my God,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Jesus
why,
Christ.
it's one of
terrible.
those things. And in this world, you shouldn't have to, right? You shouldn't be afraid of walking down the street in South Central LA, but you still are, right? You're careful. You have to be that way. And that's why with my daughter and son, for that matter, teaching them kind of, hey, this is how it should be. However, you need to be prepared for this as well, is kind of how I'm framing
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely.
And to be clear, everything has to be approved by corporate, aka my wife. So we'll see how that goes. But got to submit the right paperwork. But we'll see.
It's just easier for like pedophiles now
Oh my God.
to access, with cell phones.
Yeah, the internet, you have all the stuff they're
Oh,
on.
yeah,
They're constantly
absolutely.
scrolling, people faking who
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, catfishing. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it freaks me out.
It's just
That freaks
really-
me out.
Absolutely. And I
Freaks me
think
out. I'm getting in a freak mode. I'm getting in a freak mode.
okay.
I'm freaking
That's
out.
good. That's good.
I'm out of here.
That's good.
What's this podcast called? Freaks, right? That's what freaking
It's
out.
called freaks. Yeah.
Freaks, yeah.
Freaking you out.
I mean, that's why I think as
How
a
to
parent,
build
you have to
anxiety.
use technology to your advantage as well.
Yeah.
You have to use the tracking. You have to use certain things and ground rules and leverage. It's
Dude, I got a
your kid.
friend he has a GPS already tagging his son.
I use it with my dad.
Yeah. Wait, when?
Well, my dad has issues, so we have
Oh,
to keep
okay.
I have to keep tabs on.
Oh,
him. So,
I see.
So same thing, right? You just like Life 360 is an app that you can use to track people,
Yeah.
and it's a valuable tool.
But this is a toddler still. I don't know why he wants
Oh
to.
no, that's intense.
On a toddler.
if you don't know where your toddler
Yeah, you
is,
got problems.
unless they're in like daycare, I can kind of see that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like
But they have like a perimeter, right? That They
Yeah.
will go off after.
you must have no faith in your child.
Or the daycare, or wherever they are.
He's paranoid.
Why are you
about-
even going
He's paranoid
there?
about a lot of things. I mean, not paranoid, but he worries about a lot of things. So, wait, I shouldn't be saying
Your toddler?
that. Maybe
or
he'll hear.
No,
this.
it's
No?
if you didn't say a name. No,
I'm sorry,
nobody
dude.
knows.
I love you. You know that. Okay.
So he's crazy and doesn't take care of his kid. That son of a bitch. Oh, you don't know who you are. Whatever. That's scary. I had a couple instances, some weird stuff. People paying too much attention to them. When you're out and about in public.
I thought you were saying they were going to pay too much attention to you.
Oh, well, that happens every day. They go, "Oh my God, I love your hair." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But it's not pedophilia, is
I
it?
have no comment.
No,
Because it was you.
Exactly, 100%.
No, but like we were at the store And it's funny, I'm generally biased against men focusing on my kids. And I know most men commit crimes, all that stuff, the stats kind of bear that out. But if a woman compliments my kids' looks or, oh, what cute kids, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I move on. It's actually a good thing. If it's a guy, it bothers me for whatever reason. And it's unfair. Maybe the older they get, more grandpa-ish. It's like cool, but I have that, I'm always suspicious of people. And maybe because of our background, if people don't know, we've done law enforcement stuff in the past and my family has. So it's be suspicious of everybody. You'd be respectful, but you're suspicious. And it sucks. It's the world we live in. Because
you know that these pedophiles, they can control themselves. So it's something like an impulse that they have to say something to them.
It's always people, like overwhelmingly, it's people you know. It's the family members. It's friends of the family. It's not just random strangers.
Yes,
like I worry about
uncles.
People you know.
Uncles.
That's true. Yeah.
Good for us.
Literally always uncles. I don't know why.
But so that's a concern. Like because we were at Costco and then some middle-aged man came up and was like commenting about my son's like hair and his looks. And I was just like, man, this is weird. This is weird. No, it's creeping me out. You get a weird gut feeling. And I'm trying to like, just leave it alone. And maybe he's totally innocent and fine. And it's not fair to him. And I'm the asshole, but I'd rather be an asshole than.
Did you beat him up? Did you beat him up with Gouda cheese?
I'd choke him out. I'd slap him with a Tostito or whatever they sell there. Bag of chips.
A taquito.
Baguette beat down. Been in a couple of those.
So
it can be women too, though. Like you look at all the school, elementary
based
schools,
off your story. You want to say that real fast?
What happened?
Tell us, bro.
As a kid? You were abused as a kid?
Oh,
by
a
baby? Woman?
Oh, I don't remember any of that.
I know you don't remember it, but
wait,
a woman did it.
You didn't know that?
No, dude, tell me about that.
What? Well, I don't remember anything, but according
to sources,
reliable parents.
Did you know that? Shit's about to get real.
Ooh, it's like Dr. Phil. Let's analyze.
So back when I was like 4 months, I was walking around.
Okay,
I walked at
4 months.
4 months.
You were walking at 4 months.
Already credibility shot.
This is a true story, by the way. I was kicking shit.
You were there as a witness, huh?
Yeah, I was in the room and I was like.
He heard all of it, man. He heard all of it.
You just peek out once in a while.
I will go, what's going on? What's happening? And then I just...
The visuals are painful.
Then I pull back in like a turtle. I was checking on my big bro. No big deal.
Oh my God. I'm probably a year to...
Before you could talk.
13 months old.
Before you could talk. So you're probably around 3 years old.
Yeah. I went to this babysitter. There was a babysitter in Clayton, and she was her name was Lori Nathan, and she had a bunch of kids that she babysat, like from like my age all the way up to like I don't know what 10 years
teenager.
old.
Well, I think teens, early teens, maybe preteens or something.
I don't know.
Older kids, maybe 12
or older. So anyway, long story short, she got convicted of murder. One of the babies ended up dying, and then my mom would find out, and she told me like I would freak out in the car seat on the way to the babysitter. So I would lose, all control and just thrash around and cry and scream. And then I basically not wanting to go there, but I couldn't say it. She thought I just didn't want to go because, kids.
Yeah, babies. Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
And then I would come home, I'd have broken blood vessels on my face from being choked.
Well, she said, he's eating strawberries and he's allergic to strawberries. So Mom's like, don't feed him strawberries. And
my diaper would be full. I'd be tired because I wouldn't be able to take naps. So then it turned out she would poke you in the eyes when you try and sleep, punch in the face, punch in the stomach, locking closets. She had like a room of terror or something like that, where she put the toddlers where they'd get kicked and punched. So it's pretty horrific stuff.
Yeah, she's basically serving a life sentence in prison right now.
Good.
Wow.
Because of murdering the kid. And then they thought she had murdered another one, but I don't think they could
She
prove
keeps trying to come up for parole, but
and then people go and like talk out. So women can do it too. That was the point of all that.
Of course they
so
can.
be scared of everybody.
So she's just from pictures what I've seen, and then when I saw her one time at the parole hearing, she's really tiny little nothing lady now. I mean,
isn't it funny?
But when you
can't trust
exert
anybody,
your
man.
will on babies, I mean,
coward.
Yeah,
but supposedly she
coward.
was married and had a kid.
Yeah, she had her own kids.
She didn't abuse
Well, look
her
at those
kid.
people in Paris, right? The family of 13 or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So my good friend worked with the dad, and the dad all day would show pictures of his kids to his coworkers, but meanwhile they're all shackled up and not fed and malnourished. It's a game of mirrors, right?
I didn't read anything about that. Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, no, it's gnarly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's what you were saying the other day. It's like, I won't get into like the details in that conversation, but like if you're really smart and you're a criminal, it's scary because
100%.
like stuff's not that easy. if you're investigating as a cop, one, you're coming after the fact and you're like, it's like when you have blood everywhere and like obvious crazy crap happened.
out of
and like,
rage or emotion. If it's
there's
calculated,
evidence
If you're
everywhere.
smart and you know what to do, and you
So you get
most serial killers are intelligent.
Yeah.
That'd be my
yeah.
a demented type of intelligence,
There's-
right?
yeah.
I've killed
There's
a few
psychopaths.
in fact, what time is it right now?
Yeah, I need to feast.
No, you know, that's what's scaring me the most. That psychopath actually can mimic any emotions. They can seem super normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
So
not-
that's why the guy's showing pictures. It's just like, oh, look at
Yeah.
my family. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, back
Pictures
at
of
home,
them at
it's-
Disneyland.
Yeah.
While back in the kennel, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just.
When you see people that are like,
But you
not-
know, how do you know that they're psychopath? Somebody's psychopath?
Hmm.
You just try to scare them from behind. And actually, if they show no emotion, no startlement. or
Are you
anything-
serious?
I'm serious. My wife told me this.
Oh, because your wife does what? Let everybody know.
She's clinical psychologist.
Okay.
And she deals with all kinds of, oh my God,
So-
cases that are like,
So my wife never jumps when I do that.
Oh,
Is it time to get out of here?
Yeah.
Sleep
Yes,
well.
run for
Darius.
your life.
Do I need things to do right now? Do I need to pack up and
She
get
just
out
looks
of
at you.
here?
no, so yeah, that is something. Somebody goes like nothing, not even a little, nothing. Watch
Really?
out for that kind
So
of
that's a
person.
test.
Yeah.
So
I'm going
just,
to use that on everybody.
yeah. At
Walking
work.
through the daycare, you know? like-
Although they can actually mimic it. That's the thing. You don't know.
Oh.
They can go, so they pass for normal. They go like, oh, you got me. But really, they didn't feel anything.
Wow.
And they get stopped by a cop, and they have, let's say, this psychopath has somebody in the trunk of the car. No sweat, no nothing coming from the glance of the face, nothing. They can control every emotion, every feeling.
Now, is that conscious control that they know to turn it off? Or is it
They're
because they
born
don't
like this.
think they've done anything wrong? Or like, where does that fall? Do you know? You ever talk to her about it?
I'm not a doctor. Sorry, I can't.
We should have your wife.
Yeah, we should have my wife.
That'd be
here.
interesting.
Yeah, we should
That'd be
actually.
really interesting,
That would be
actually.
interesting.
So yesterday,
Ooh.
for everyone, because you two have not seen the interview yet, we went and saw a psychic medium in Los Angeles yesterday,
Ooh.
and we talked to her about the paranormal and what to do if you come home and your wife is possessed and shit's getting gnarly.
Hang on, let me get a notepad.
So, first off, what, as far as you're comfortable letting everybody know, what's your belief system? Do you believe in paranormal? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in like crazy
Please
shit?
cut out my laughter right now.
What do you guys? Where do you fall on that?
I'm gonna get philosophical here. Okay.
Okay, do
That's
it.
all. that
Okay.
we're
Drop it
doing.
like it's hot. Afterward, we're gonna take off your clothes and do a table dance for us.
Ooh, baby.
That's payment.
I'm out.
Oh, I'm in. Give me your ones.
I take only fives. Okay, sorry.
Oh, damn.
I'm expensive.
Do you make?
Do you take PayPal?
I'm sitting there. You're just Venmo.
How would that work?
Digital Venmo?
How are you gonna throw it to me like this? You get to throw.
You just push the button and stare at you creepily.
That's gonna happen one day. Dude, someone's gonna be sitting there digitally like, oh my god, she's amazing, and just like, or sorry, he's amazing.
It doesn't
clicking
happen
away, huh?
It doesn't happen.
Are you sorry because she's amazing?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like the button. Like, oh, I love it. And you just can't stop pushing that button. It's how much more money you should spend.
How
You're
does
not
that
gonna
go?
have any
How does
idea.
that go again?
Oh yeah, like video game fingers. Like whoa, smash.
All right, George, go.
Weird things that happen to me
Mhm.
about paranormal kind of thing, like 3 times in my life that I can't explain. When we die, if our brain is dead and all that, right? We turn into energy. Of course, we know that. The energy doesn't disappear, and we have energy in our body, right?
Mhm.
But we don't think like we do because we don't have the brain anymore to think like we should.
Mhm.
Because we think the way we think because of this brain, right?
Mhm.
But when you don't have it, what the hell happens to that energy? I can't justify being like the picture of somebody being like a person standing there and it's a ghost. You know what I mean? How can I?
So you would say you think energy like transfers. You don't know if the consciousness, like a brain, like you still can like walk around, and go, oh, I'm going to go mess with that person, like, but you think something exists or survives after death.
Yeah, energy survives, but
Okay.
it doesn't think. It doesn't, because the only thing that makes us think is our brain.
So you would
That's
view
what-
ghosts as what? Like replaying energy?
Random energy bursts
replaying.
of something. Maybe
Okay.
positive or negative energy. Like positive meaning like, maybe more happier or something or less stress in their lifetime.
Mhm.
The energy didn't transfer that. Or transfer that, I'm sorry. Or negative, which were like maybe killers, abused people, whatever, and they got killed. And
Well, I think
did that make sense when I'm taking
Yeah, it does.
Well,
Yeah,
I think it's important to recognize that one of the most important things I think you said is I don't know the answer, because I think you come off as a human race. really arrogant if we think we know all the answers, right?
Right, exactly.
We're somewhere in the cog of time and space, right? Like we're in that sequence, but to think we dominate the whole sequence is really naive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the acknowledgement and understanding that you don't know is really important, right?
True.
I think
we don't know, right? We don't have no clue. We haven't died yet. And
right.
come back
And going to your point about ghosts and things like that, right? Like, 150 years ago, they didn't know how certain animals communicated with each other, right? But they did because we didn't have, like whales, I think it was, or some shit underwater. Where
shit in the water.
One of those things. I don't do water. Okay, I float really well, but I don't do water. But then they got new detection methods, and they could detect the communication. And I think that's where we are in this whole timeline, right? I think that this energy you speak of at some point can be detected and quantified, and maybe we understand what that apparition or ghost or energy feels like. But today we just don't have that technology.
Yeah.
And so I think at some point, maybe it's not in our lifetime. You know? So it makes a lot of sense.
But strange things have happened that I just can't explain. I was in Puerto Rico, right? I was in college back then, and I was trying to get out of get out of school and get a flower for my girlfriend, right? At the time, because I wanted,
You're trying to creep, just like we were talking about earlier.
You were that guy.
You were that guy with his full-fledged mustache, Rico, cruising up in his nice car,
right. Yeah. With the flowers in my teeth.
Oh, 100%.
You, baby.
What kind of flower was it?
It was a red rose.
That's the thing.
It was a red rose.
That's the
thing. It was
thing.
100% a red rose.
That's what I wanted, but I couldn't find any. You know that there's always a guy in the stoplight with flowers, and this time there was none. The time that I wanted to do it, there was none.
So you got out, picked her a weed flower, like one of those wildflowers off the freeway entrance. Boom.
No.
Oh.
I went to her place, and I'm still looking for guys, with flowers in the streets and the lights and whatnot. I couldn't find any, and I see that her car is still there. I'm like, okay, I still have time. She hasn't gone to work. I can still surprise her. Why the hell did I find some flowers, right? Mm-hmm. Well, there was a cemetery right across the street. I mean, like, not across the street, but very close by that I know about. And I'm like, okay, there has to be flowers there, man. I'm going to go in there and take some flowers. Wow. I was 20, okay?
Yeah,
sorry. I was ignorant,
Everybody makes
whatever.
mistakes.
I'm not very, you do a lot of rebel things and you should be more respectful about that sort of thing. But back then, whatever.
Is he trying to get with the girl?
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm thinking. That's all in my head.
By any means necessary.
Everything's okay. You do whatever the hell you need. Yeah, fuck it, man. Just do it.
They're in energy somewhere else anyway. They're not even here. They've moved on. They're in some tree somewhere.
That's great. But anyway,
Okay,
this is
you
what
grabbed
happened.
the
So I went to the cemetery. And I'm looking for flowers, and they're all plastic. And at the end of the cemetery, finally, there's one that is real. And I go like, oh my God, thank goodness. So I go like, and I stop real for a second. I say like, hey, I'm sorry, but this is in the name of love, okay? You don't need it. You're dead. I am alive. I'm going to need it. And that's what I said exactly, all right? So, and I took it, put it in my car. This car that I have is brand new. And not brand new, but it was fairly new and never gave me a problem. It's a Honda Accord, and Hondas are very fucking good.
Yeah.
They never broke down or anything. And this one never gave me any trouble. I put the flower in the seat. I'm gonna start the car, and the car starts trembling back and forth. Every time I put the ignition on, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the fuck? And I keep going. The car was fine. It was fine. But now it's not. And I keep going. And I go like, oh shit, okay, this is weird. Okay, let me just put this flower back. So I just put the flower
you got the
back.
bad juju. Yeah.
Yeah, I start thinking about, all the fears that you have in your conscience about culture, don't fuck with dead people, right?
Yeah.
Didn't think of that one before, though. You're like, fuck it. No. Now you're like, oh,
my
shit.
car.
That head wasn't thinking at the moment. It was another head.
It was another head.
Yeah, exactly. So I go.
It's a battle. It's a battle between heads.
It's a battle between heads.
What's
constantly happens.
What's Robin Williams' joke? He said, did God give you a brain and a penis and only enough blood to run one at a time?
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Okay. So I put the flower back and I said, I'm sorry, let me go, please, whatever. I just said, it's just in case. And I go back to my car and nothing. So then after the flower's back, I went to see the girlfriend and she was gone. So I had to walk home. I walk home. I go to my neighbor. Neighbor actually takes his truck. We go over there. He's a mechanic, kind of. He knows things. He checks the car when we get there. And he was nodding his head like, dude, you did what? You took what? Because people are very superstitious over there, right?
Of course, yeah.
He checked the car. He says, nothing's wrong with it. Hit it again. Nothing. He keeps going like that. whatever. He said, let's just tow it. And when we get home, we tried again and it was fine. The car never gave me a trouble ever again.
Wow.
I sold it forward and it was still good with the time I sold it for 4 years after that. So,
Jeez. Yeah, things like that, it makes you think. I mean, yeah, somebody, a non-believer will say, oh, it's just a one-off, obviously, but, who knows?
Maybe it was a gigantic coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. That just the timing that it happened, but damn, what
That's
a
some weird
coincidence,
timing,
man.
though. That's
It's such a weird timing that it never happened again. Before it happened there when I took that flower.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I think is that happened to me that's weird. And I have another one, but maybe somebody else, and then will be my turn.
Darius, come on. You ever had an experience?
Yeah, Darius, what?
A sexually charged one, maybe with a ghost?
Well, that's every day.
With the second heads and all that?
The old ghost fuck.
So is it incubus? You're sleeping there with your sheets off. You're just like, hello.
Oh, I got one like that. But wait, what? Sorry,
Did that happen too?
I got 3, but that's
You had
3 times?
You had ghost sex?
Why wouldn't you lead with
yes,
that?
that
What?
was good.
Yeah. Oh, it was a car didn't start, but I had ghost sex too. You talk.
He has a ghost baby.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. How many kids do you have?
23andMe, it says 10% ghost. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Was it a threesome ghost?
No,
orgy,
dude, it was,
or-
well, I'll tell you.
Does that make sense?
Darius goes
Threesome
first.
ghost orgy?
I'm scared.
I think an orgy
Yeah.
is separate than a threesome,
Yeah.
right?
Here's the problem now. People are going to be listening to my boring ass story and be like, what happened to the ghost sex?
We'll get there,
I
guys.
can't
Just
win,
hold
right?
on.
I tell them to go now.
Keep
and then
listening.
I can't follow
It's only
that.
in Puerto Rico?
This was actually in Oakland.
Keep talking.
Oakland.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Oakland, California.
All right.
Yeah, Oakland's fine. I don't have anything super exciting, which is some story of my life. But like it's like a lot of coincidences that just can't be explained, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's why I feel like you're towing a line between some type of religious feel and some type of paranormal feel. But just certain situations that you get yourself into, like timing of situations. And that's where I kind of start to believe in this type of thing. Going back to the original question of like philosophically, what do you believe in and things like that. And,
Right.
I actually follow, I believe that, I think actually Rogan may have said something like this, but everything is kind of like a microcosm, just depending on what frame you want to look at. So like viruses, how they act, or just like how humans act, just at a different scale.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh my God, that's beautiful. I believe that
yeah,
too.
I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. Well, I can because it's our
Well-
show, but so I will.
And he wasn't-
I really just
he
came up
wasn't
with
Rogan
right now,
either.
It wasn't
actually.
Rogan.
It wasn't Rogan.
Wasn't
either.
Rogan. No, it
That's
was you.
older than that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually 80, so it turns out that it was mine originally.
You look really good. It must be those Persian genes.
100%. It's all the Persian food, dude.
Yes.
It's keto friendly. Minus the rice. Really not good for keto. So I believe in that concept of recycling, right? Because I feel like the ideals that and doesn't sound very sexy when you call it recycling, but in terms of reincarnation. So I agree with you. When we die, I don't think that's it. I don't necessarily know if we fly up to a heaven or a hell, or a cruise down to hell, which all 4 of us will be going to, for the record.
For sure.
Now that you're ghost sex. And
Yeah, ghost sex. You don't pay child support, or ghost support.
Maybe that ghost escaped from hell and
there you go.
came up and visit me in the night. Yeah.
So I do believe in that recycling of that energy, right? Because I
Yeah.
feel like if, as humans, we are recycling constantly, recycling energy, recycling uses, I just feel like our lives are kind of the same way. So don't fuck it up, or else you'll end up at like a tree and it'll be really boring, I want to reincarnate.
Yeah, cut you.
You can watch some dude having ghost sex.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, I wish that was me.
That's a porn somewhere, for sure. For sure. 100%. So like when people say stuff, I don't doubt them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's also not for
That's
me
what I was
to-
saying yesterday when we were talking to the medium. A lot of it's like, it's out there in terms of things that we've never experienced. But that doesn't make me automatically go, oh, it's bullshit. Just
Yeah,
because
no.
I haven't had it happen to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine in
Yeah.
the 1400s if they're like, yo, light bulbs. Like, the fuck you talking about?
You crazy motherfucker.
Pretty
You
much.
witchcraft, let's hang you.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, right?
Yeah.
I think some people have the ability, to do other things that others don't, like to see ghosts or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Their energy. I think some people have that ability. The others like myself. I have
Dude,
never
Tim,
had,
okay, she got these dowsing rods, and you know what dowsing rods are?
No.
I never knew what they were, but I guess they use them to find water. Basically, it's like a really skinny cylinder of like metal, and then like there's a thick wire metal that goes into that, and it's kind of at a right angle. But she had them, and so they spin freely. So if you turn your hands in, they'll swing in, turn them out, they'll swing out. They're like floating because
It's physics,
like,
baby.
Yeah,
Love it.
I know. Chemist over here.
So-
Skirt. And so she had them, and she said, okay, you can ask it questions, and if they stay straight, it's no. If they cross, it's yes.
Okay.
Then she gave it to Tim, and Tim could ask a question, anything he wanted. She didn't even care. She just sat back.
I asked my name is Tim, right? So I go by Tim, which is my middle name. It's not my real name. It's not my legal name.
What?
I know. It's
We
John.
had drinks together. And you didn't tell me.
It's actually, you knew that, right?
Yeah.
John is my real name.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know that either?
No.
The rods moved outward, and outward is no.
Or it could stay,
Inward and
it could stay
crossing is
center
yes.
too. Would
Yeah, or
not
just
move.
not move. So I asked her that question, is my name Tim? And they kind of just slightly moved out. So I'm like, is my name John O'Hara? And they just slowly
Dude,
moved.
they fucking
and
moved
crossed.
in and
I'm like,
crossed.
what?
It was trippy as hell.
But I want to know, did you put him somewhere stationary and ask questions?
Oh no, I know. You probably have to
Well,
hold them.
you
That's
have
probably
to
part of the
hold 'em.
gig.
Maybe
Energy,
it's just
right?
so
She was
conscious.
really big on
I'm
energy.
wondering. Ooh.
Because they won't move
So
unless
conscious
you hold
movement.
them. You know
See,
what I mean?
that's what I'm thinking because you know the answer to the question, right? So I'm wondering if there was this. I'm not trying to debunk shit, but apparently I am. So, like, of course, you're not going to be like, "My name is Scott," and then flip it out this way or whichever way, right?
Well, because
Can
you
pull
think
the video of that real
because
quick?
you know it's true. You're
Yeah, like a
subconsciously like
subconscious
doing
bias,
it. That's
you
what
know?
we thought it would be the only explanation.
I don't think you were trying to.
But this is weird. It gets weird. Like then he asked what color, or am I wearing a purple shirt? He was wearing like a gray one.
It was
What
gray- gray
what he
shirt,
thought was gray, and it was no. And then he goes, "Am I wearing like a gray shirt?" Which he thought it was. And it still didn't move. It still didn't go in because it was like an off blue. You could argue that it was something else.
it's like that dress thing, right?
But for,
Yeah,
but for us, it was gray would have sufficed. But it didn't move. And we're like, oh, this is bullshit. It's not working. And then he
Like,
goes, am I wearing an O'Neill shirt? Because it was on the logo. And then the thing just went and swung in and crossed. It was very specific.
That's
she's,
super cool.
She's all, or they're being really
Okay,
specific.
that's it.
And it was like, well, because he thought it was gray. If it was subconscious, he would have moved him in on gray. You know what I mean? So then there's that.
It was weird. I was like,
It was, yeah, I just couldn't really. I mean, maybe somebody out there will email and be
What?
like, hey, man, well, dowsing rods, blah, blah, blah. And this is why it happens. But for us, that was interesting.
right,
to
lack
me.
of knowledge on dowsing rods. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that is super cool.
Wow.
And
Can we talk about ghost sex yet?
here? I don't know what it was, but I'll tell you what I felt. Okay, whatever.
Typical guy, only talking about what he felt. I see how it is. I see how it is.
You're such a pig, George. You're such a pig.
Back to the house. What we're gonna do is, if you guys are interested too, is we're gonna do a seance with her, and she said at that point she can unveil,
And pull the veil back.
Put the veil back.
The spiritual world.
yeah, my verbiage.
And we could see it better.
That's scary.
Oh, dude, no, I'm not going that.
So you
Dude,
want
you
to
want to
do
do it?
I don't know.
Would
So
you do
George
it?
is in. You're
No,
out.
I said no.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta do it.
No,
You wouldn't do it?
It's
Yeah.
not
No,
that
I
something
don't-
clings to me or something.
Oh,
No
she,
way, dude.
I'm so scared of that. And I said, I really don't want something following me home. And she said, my house is so warded that nothing can really get in.
No,
She
I
said,
don't
sometimes
wanna
when we
mess
do a
with that.
seance, when we do
Yeah,
a
you can do
seance,
it.
no, listen to this.
Yeah.
When we do a seance, sometimes things are outside and they're looking in through the windows and stuff. And but they can't come in because they're not allowed.
And then she closes
I was
it.
like,
No,
dude, I'm not gonna fuck with
I don't even care if it's all fake. I like the risks for that.
So
It's
there's
too much.
So
like-
she said there's no risk at all.
There's no risk.
that's
You're
also
fucking
what the
with
loan
energies
officer
of
said
the
about student
underworld,
loans, and here we are. Like,
She promised me nothing would follow me home.
that's
Yeah,
what they
she
all
was-
say.
So-
I'm just like, it's almost about ignorance. I just want to be ignorant in my
Yeah.
life. Like, I don't want to know what, like,
You
they're
don't
like,
want that veil.
Yo, you're so fucked. Once you're dead, I'm going to come and like kill you. It's like, oh, but I'm already dead. So now I'm confused. And I don't want to know what's on the other side.
And we're gonna have a couple cameras. If you want to bring your
Talking to your
Sony
mic.
I'm not going.
So he's in.
Wait,
He keeps
hold on.
talking like I'm going.
Hold on. How come you don't want to go if you're not really sure what there is?
'Cause that's
don't you want to
exactly-
know? Don't you want to know?
No, because I don't
Like,
wanna
what
know.
if you were sitting there though, and you actually saw something like something different, look through the window,
She
or
said-
something supernatural? You would know, hey, there's something after death now. Boom.
guys,
She said it's
guys,
all-
this is something you can't punch. You can't stab.
Right,
you
right.
can't shoot a bullet to. You
But
can't
you
stop
can
it.
fuck it.
You could fuck it.
And you can be fucked by it.
And you're okay with that. You're fine.
And this is why I don't want to do it.
Wait a minute, you don't know this story, guys. Okay, nothing
Are
like
you
that
afraid the
happened.
ghost
Hold
is
on.
gonna come
Okay.
back? Did you do something wrong to this ghost? Is it
The
going to
what?
come back at you again? They come after you?
the ghost,
raping-
the ghost,
raping
the ghost that
ghost.
raped you, dude. What happened?
Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so
This story better not be a letdown because we built it up a lot.
There's a lot of buildup.
okay, but let me say it right. Okay, so me and my wife, I'm married, by the way. All right, good. Yeah, everybody,
Are you going to be married after this story?
so we were back then a lot into photography, right? Me and both we had cameras. And
Ooh, I know where
everything.
this is going.
I know. We're like,
Yeah.
woohoo! Sunset shooting,
Yeah.
get the magic hour and all that stuff. So we went to this cemetery. again, same thing.
What is it?
Cemetery- me and
Cemeteries,
cemeteries,
What is
right?
with that? I got a friend who does that all the time. They go like watch movies and shit, and like where the celebrities are buried or whatever. They'll have like events and shit on graves.
That's.
I know it's fun and innocent but stuff, but it's like, man, something about doing that on the dead. It's weird to me.
Anyway,
Sorry, go ahead.
That's the thing. I was always skeptical. I was always being skeptical about this. So I don't know if it's true or not. So for me, yeah, cemetery has some meaning to people, living people, right? But necessarily there's not anything dead or anything beyond that. That's what I was thinking all my life, to that point. So anyway, the thing is that we went there just very innocent. We were taking pictures of the beautiful tombstones. The lighting was gorgeous. We took some amazing photos that day. But I got excited about it, and I went a little bit beyond. I went into one of the graves, the opening graves, and I went in there.
Wait, like a crypt?
One of the ones that you open up the door and everything.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I took pictures inside and whatnot. And my wife's like, you know what, George, let's get out of there, okay? Because this is crossing the line. Let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And that night, we're home. We're sleeping. And this is why I don't know if it's... Because sleep paralysis, guys? You know about that?
Yeah. My
term?
wife said that a few times.
Yeah.
No,
that's
can you
what I think
elaborate?
it was. Huh?
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I don't
No?
honestly,
Oh, okay.
Tell me
Never
what it is.
No, you tell.
No, it's-
You wake up.
I mean,
and
you probably know better.
feel like
because
you
of your
can't
wife.
move.
Yeah, basically. That's
Yeah.
All right, I solved it myself. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
You're half awake, half asleep.
But a lot of
but you can't actually move your body.
and a lot of people experience like a dark presence in a room when that happens, so they
Yeah.
think it's something sinister.
It also has to do with the feeling that you're being paralyzed. So you start imagine you're half asleep too, but it's actually your brain hasn't sent a signal yet to your body. But this happened for a long time. What happened to me? I was
But
like,
I bet,
this is not sleep paralysis. You kidding me? What the hell? Okay, well, anyway.
he had a little foreplay, huh? Before he got
Dude,
to it.
no, I was okay. I was in bed, right? Bam, middle of the night, 3 a.m.
Was Valerie
And
with
it-
you?
Huh?
Valerie, she was with you.
That was me.
Rewind.
Next to me.
Okay, she was next to you. Okay.
Yeah, she's next to me, right? So all of a sudden, I wake up. I think I did, and
Maybe it wasn't.
and
me.
then
I don't know.
and I start feeling somebody touching my crotch right there, right?
Dude, no way.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, what the hell? This is good. And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, hey, she woke up. She wants to have some fun, right? In the middle of the night. This is fantastic, but she's totally falling asleep, dude. She's totally knocked out.
Was it your cat?
So, that's what I thought too. Wait a minute, wait, we're getting there.
Pawn it
But
like
dude,
a hit
I
ball.
mean,
right.
hands with the cat. I mean, come on, that's happening. So I'm like there, like wait. I'm like, oh my god, this feels. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? I'm freaking out. And then I look for the cat. The cat is over there, sleeping next to her. But the cat was actually looking at me.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Oh.
That is the creepy part too. It was
That
like
is
he's,
weird.
he's just looking like this,
like the
with,
eyes.
with the ears like this, like.
Because she was saying like animals are alert to that stuff.
Well, they'll be able to see.
Oh, really?
They'll look at they look in the rooms
Yeah.
that are empty.
Yeah.
They won't go in.
My
certain
dog could
places.
always detect earthquakes.
Really.
Weirdest thing ever.
Yeah,
but
dogs-
Oh, that
goes
happens.
fucking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Then this is keep happening. I'm getting, excited and all that stuff. And I'm
So
like,
you're
oh my
actually-
God, what the hell is this? It's freaking me out because I'm liking it. And this is not freaking. So nothing is touching me. So what the hell
Any
is this?
butt
Who's
stuff?
touching me?
Just
no
okay.
butt stuff.
All
Thank
right.
goodness.
No butt stuff.
It was
All right.
respectful. It
Just
wasn't.
trying to get
So
the
wait,
visuals.
I know this is getting like
Let him finish the story.
No,
No,
it's getting
no.
graphic, but it's like what was it feeling? Was it feeling like a real like
Dude, like
a wife was
like
like
a hand was actually.
So it felt like a
strobing me.
pure physical.
so it
presence.
felt
Yeah, it felt
absolutely
like
like that.
totally.
Stroking.
Maybe I was asleep, half asleep, and I'm still dreaming something. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the hell. I want to explain it naturally that it was just.
Keep going now. Where'd this end
But
up?
anyway, the thing is, it keeps happening. I start freaking out, and then I notice that I can't move, and that's what I think was sleep paralysis because I couldn't move. And I'm like, holy sh! I can't. Like, I'm trying to say my wife's name too to wake up to help me out because I'm getting trapped here. I'm getting filled up with something that's filling me all over the place.
Wait a minute.
And it doesn't want to let me go.
How did that finish off?
Wait. So the thing is,
I can see him so upset and all of a sudden, and he's just like deflated. He's like, just back to bed.
it's okay. It was great. Thank you very much.
He rolls over and just.
I'm hungry.
So no, dude, I was just trying to say my wife's name. I couldn't say it, and I keep going.
Well, you're also worried about infidelity at this point, right? 'Cause if you call her name and you're getting a ghost hand job here. I mean,
Dude, it felt good. I'll be honest, it was feeling great.
Did you,
But I won't lie about that.
Get to a point of climax?
no,
No. So
no,
just
because
to
I was
feel it.
freaking. Because I was
see,
freaking.
that could have been.
That was it.
That could have been. Oh,
That would've been-
I don't
that
know
would've
if I
been
want to
intense.
talk about that.
Do it. That could have been what?
What?
Well, you'd have evidence it happened.
Yeah. Because you wake
Oh,
up and your
that's right.
sheets are all sticky. But
Well,
now
then, no,
you're
but
too
that
scared
can-
to let
that
it go
can
through
happen
the
to
whole
us.
thing.
No, but that can happen to
You
us.
would have gotten
without-
out. It would have stuck to your back like
That's just a
Superman.
normal dream.
Yeah, like a wet dream. That could happen.
Oh,
That's when you get when
Yeah,
you're
I
like
guess you
13.
can-
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
You don't get
But I
those till you're
don't
like
think wet dreams happen in your 30s.
no,
Yeah.
wait,
right?
you don't masturbate for a long time. I'm pretty sure it fucking wants to get out.
Yeah.
So at some point it's gonna get out.
Oh, great! So now
your
I pretty
dreams
much
too.
outed myself as a serial masturbator. If I said if I don't have any wet dreams, right? I'm like, those don't happen since I was 12. Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much. Really, don't tell my wife about this podcast. Really, don't tell her.
Anyway, the thing is, I finally screamed my wife's name. Finally, I could speak and said the whole name
So
instead
she
of babbling.
jumps.
She wakes up and it let go. As soon as she wakes up and she started like, what? And it let go of me.
That's so creepy.
And I was like, holy shit, Vader, you don't know what the fuck. I was just
Wait,
like this
So
trapped.
hold
What?
up. Well, this would fix whether or not it's a dream or not. So does she remember this? Like you waking her up and being kind of like
Yeah.
panicked?
Yeah, but she was asleep though.
She was asleep
But then it
next to me.
stopped when you woke her up.
It stopped in the sense
So
of
there's like a connection there in terms of like you waking her up and talking to her, and you're like you don't remember like opening eyes or anything.
no,
like
no.
coming out of anything.
For me, it was a whole sequence. It was just
So
the
you're
same
awake.
scene. Yeah, I'm awake.
So when
So
she
it wasn't
woke
that I
up-
woke up and go like, oh, Vader.
So
no.
she woke up and that's
She
when
woke
it
up
stopped.
and they stopped, let go.
Dude, that's creepy. As shit.
That's what it was creepy too.
See, I don't like that. Like last night after we like the interview and stuff, and I was kind of like thinking about it and stuff started going through my head. I was like, I rolled over. I was like, don't touch my junk.
but touch my butt.
But touch my well,
Hang on a minute.
what if you?
Hang on a minute. You got to lay sideways.
I was so tired.
That's the thing.
I didn't even care.
If you mess up,
I'm
with this
sleeping.
stuff, dude.
She's done a lot of these seances, like a lot, and nobody's ever been possessed or anything like that. So I'm not worried about that at all. Or wouldn't do it.
Dude,
It's just going to be more of a experience, and you know what a video game-
experience.
Yeah,
the way you said it, experience.
Experience.
Have you ever?
It'll be fun.
Have you ever
So-
had that happen again?
No, never.
That was one time. How long
One
ago
time.
was that?
It was when we were in Piedmont Avenue, Oakland.
Oh, so this is we're
That was
talking like 10 years ago.
10 years ago. or
Would you
something
say you got ghosted?
Ooh,
Ghosted?
She never
One and
called. She
done?
never called you back.
like that?
She's like, it wasn't that good. He didn't finish.
No, you know what freaked me? No, you know what freaked me out a little
Is this
bit?
in Piedmont where you lived before?
No, my best friend, one of my best friends, died 3 weeks before that happened.
Oh, your friend. Oh, wait, a man or a woman?
A man. He's
Oh.
homosexual. Yeah.
Oh,
Very good friend of mine. Very old guy. It was like, he was 75 or something like that. And
So you think it was him?
that's what I was I was like, my God, I hope it's not you, buddy. I hope it's not you that you came back and you're now doing this to me.
Did you ever like? I don't
Uh.
know if you're like a praying person. Did you ever like address it at all, like spiritually, or were you just kind of
No.
like head down,
No, I just
like just pretend it didn't happen?
No, I
tell
know
your
it
wife about
happened.
it?
I told my wife, of course, I told my wife
Oh.
the whole night. Yeah, I was like, she's like, oh, that's probably sleep paralysis. You know, it's just psychologist. So she's going to say that
Yeah.
something of the function
She's
of the
analyzing.
brain.
Yeah.
And she's going to rationalize like very scientifically.
What
Well,
did she say about the hand job part, though?
And that's what she said. You probably were sleeping and you were half awake, half asleep. But I said, like, but how can I feel something if I can't send a signal to my body, but my body down there is receiving a signal very clear.
Yeah.
So how the hell does that work?
it was you just like doing pottery on it. You know, you're just like spinning the wheel. You're just like, yeah.
And no, when I mean, oh my God, it was such a strange thing, man. I remember that.
That's
shit.
weird.
That was so weird.
That's creepy. They call it, I think, in Incubus. I think is the demonic or like a type of thing that does sex when people are sleeping.
Oh, really?
I was watching like an Exorcist interview. One of the
I sleep
head
so hard.
dudes,
There's
and-
no way I would ever know anything's going
well,
on.
you're
I'd be like,
Same.
I'm out.
you just
Like
wouldn't
even
even
last
know.
night, I'm like, I don't care. Tear my clothes off, throw me against the wall. I'm still gonna sleep. I need my sleep. But I think it would be a good experience to do.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you do a seance? I feel like you're
I think
much
you
more
would.
like.
No,
Maybe it is,
I
maybe
just
it
don't
isn't.
want to know what's on the other side.
So you're.
I am completely happy in ignorance.
That's what I said. I was like, I
That's
don't
why
want to know what's
I don't
behind the veil.
go. That's why I don't go to homeless encampments. Like this is fucked up. But like
I've been to so many. It's-
I just
maybe that's why the reason I don't care anymore.
I kind of block it out. Like, and so that's kind of how I feel about the spiritual side. Like, I'm happy where I'm at.
Mhm.
There is
Ignorance
a
is bliss.
potential benefit, but
Yeah.
there's also a potential downside. And
So you would say, see, to me, it's interesting. The argument would be an afterlife, a God, a higher power, whatever you believe in is like the head, what spawned our creation, you know, whether it's intelligent life or it's not, or it's universal intelligence, whatever it is. It's like getting proof of that. So like if you died, saw something, came back, those people are pretty convinced there's something after. Whereas me, if I saw like spiritual stuff and I knew it was like the odds of faking that are really zero, then it would do a lot for me believing that religious stuff, it's real. It's like, it's not all just.
Yeah, but that will kick in a lot of fears that
Disarray.
you have from childhood. You know, like, oh my God, I should behave like this. I should behave like that.
Well, yeah.
I
I
don't
what
mean,
wanna
about the
get
opposite?
fucked like that in my head. I don't want to know if there's anything out there
but
that's
wouldn't you
watching
rather,
me.
But wouldn't you rather know if there was? Like, oh, I should be
No.
better.
But what
I
if
don't-
there isn't?
And
What-
it's just a free for all of like spirits.
yeah. What
like
if you find out
the
like
Wild West?
like one of the scariest things I've ever thought about, because I am like, I follow Christianity
Okay.
to a small degree based off my verbiage, but like, you know, I understand I believe in a higher power, et cetera.
yeah.
But one of the things that's stated is that there's no other beings in the universe at some point somewhere in there. I read on the Spark Notes of the Bible. So here's the thing: if we ever find aliens,
Yeah.
that contradicts this whole holy book, and then it's like, oh shit, the whole deal.
Oh,
is
that's
messed
another
up.
talk that is
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
See, well, it's
my
also-
God.
So
I
that's
would
like
love
kind
to
of what
talk
I'm
about
getting
that.
at here is like, if you believe in a certain thing and find out it's just all wrong, your whole life
Yeah. It's
and
similar
how you
to,
built it.
they say like
is-
if they were to find Jesus' body or whatever, or like then he's not resurrected, then Christianity just falls away because it's based on that.
Yeah.
His being
exactly.
divine.
And
But-
that's what I'm scared about.
But I'm okay with that. I think through my life, I was more, rigid in terms of Catholicism when I was younger. And now that I'm older, I feel like all religions are kind of like a way of trying to find out the truth. And that there is
and
some
control
there-
people, but that's a different.
Well,
that's
yeah,
different.
well, yeah, not
different
talking about-
podcast.
taking the human element out of it,
Yeah.
the corruption out of it, the kind of the devious, man, people just are generally bad, I think, so they always look for power and corruption. But if you take that out of it in terms of like,
People are bad.
yeah,
In
well,
nature, yeah.
it's like we all have like evil thoughts, we keep them in check,
Of course,
Yeah.
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 Like I wanted to eat a donut this morning, but I found a way to say no.
I think it'll just be an interesting experience just for
he's trying
what
to get you guys back to the seance so bad.
Just for what it is. Like, I'm not thinking ahead of anything else because I don't want to get ahead of myself. Because then that's when you start freaking yourself
But
out.
here's
what
the
I'm
problem:
saying-
is
what
that's
I'm
like
gonna
saying,
do.
"Hey, I just want to drive 120 miles down the
That's-
city street, and whatever happens after."
That's my
whatever.
That's how I am. That's my.
But,
I'll
but
be
that's
that guy.
my but that's my problem. It's like
And
you
I'll
know
be
what I mean. Like we
let's do
kind
it.
of got to think about the part where you flip over,
But
crash,
what
and
I'm
die.
trying to say, what I'm trying to
that's-
say is here, what if all religions are kind of like finding out that one truth of who that is,
Yeah.
and so you going to the seance is a way of just searching more for that right answer. I don't think you're going to find out Jesus was a fraud through this, or like your belief system's all for naught. I think you might just see some stuff you can't explain. I feel like it's never black and white though,
No,
because
it's
then
not.
it gives you the answer.
Such a-
There is something after. You better watch yourself. I don't think
Yeah.
it's that black and white for us. I think there's part
lot
of
of
the
gray,
journey
a
that's
lot of gray.
important.
I'm
and
actually
learning
afraid my
stuff.
mom's going to pop out and say, "You've been fucking up."
Oh,
That's another part.
okay. Well then,
Oh.
Not to bring it down, but
No.
I'm going to.
Okay.
So it's
Well-
like you find out the other side's like, dude,
Then
you
I would
suck.
I would recommend you run away
Yeah,
quickly.
or
100%.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
I
if you-
can't run quickly. Come
or
on.
if you got a bad message from somebody
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
isn't
like-
good after.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be bad?
Oh my God. that was
either
fucked up.
yo, it really sucks.
That would be.
I'll be like, I don't want to die.
Either that, or they say you have been a bad person.
Yeah.
like that.
Well, we were talking with her. You don't really hear voices though. They'll give like.
Well, she said
signals
she
and
didn't
orbs.
hear voices. Like, who knows?
Yeah, I don't. I've never heard anybody hearing a voice. Hey, what are you doing?
Well,
I
no,
don't.
if you see her.
You suck at life.
Well, because she
you know?
channels people, I think, and you talk to the person through her.
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
that's
she was,
part of it.
She was saying that.
This is the thing. I have a kid now. So now I have to worry about my
True.
kid now.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Anything stuck to her from because
Dude,
me being
what was it? What
curious
if
about
what
that
if you
shit?
came home and like, hey, daddy, such and such said that,
Oh,
they don't like
fuck,
you,
I will
or why
freak
you,
out,
or
dude.
they want you to leave.
I'll freak out.
Something weird, and
Oh
you're
yeah,
talking to your
start
kid.
getting pretty.
My wife, my life
All
is
the
kind of
hormones.
hard as it is right now. I don't want to complicate it more, man. I mean, shit, I gotta go in 5 minutes, guys. Can I tell this story?
You gotta go in
This
5
last
minutes?
ghost
Another
story?
ghost fuck.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
no ghost fucking
Oh,
anymore.
I don't want to listen.
No, wait.
Give me the details.
Okay. So, in this new apartment that we are, right? Me and my wife are, and my daughter. The lady that was there before, she died before we move in, right? That's why the reason the apartment was empty, because the lady died in it.
And they had to tell you, so you knew.
Exactly. Just want you to have that information before we
Right.
keep saying what I'm going to say. So then I have this, how do you, mason jars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always leave it in the kitchen next to the toaster. Fine. One day I don't find it. I'm like, where the hell is it? And I ask my wife, hey, where's the mason jar that I always have here? She's like, I don't know. You always leave it there. I leave it there for you all the time. I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck is it? Let's look for it because I want it. Let's get it.
Damn
So
it,
we
woman,
start
give me
looking-
my mason
Yeah,
jar.
goddamn it, give me my mason jar. So we start looking everywhere, bam, above and shelves and everything. I asked Olivia, you took this because we have a few. And you took this color jar.
Is it
from-
Olivia your daughter?
Yeah, my daughter. Yeah, sorry. No, Papa, no. Okay, all right. Dude, there's shelves
Mhm.
with an open, how do you call it?
Cabinet.
China cabinet?
Really? Cabinet?
Cabinet
in the
cupboard?
kitchen and in the living room for
like
all
a hutch, like a
for all the
See, four
plates.
guys trying to describe
Cupboard
China.
drawer.
What
We're
does that mean?
domesticated
Is
motherfuckers.
it? What do you
huh?
keep tea? What is that?
Yeah,
Cups?
the China cabinet. I
Good
get
China?
Your fine China cabinet.
There you go.
From your wedding that you use once a year and you still spent exorbitant amounts of money on it and wonder why you carry it. It's like your ball and chain.
This
right?
was installed in the apartment. It's like part of the whole building.
Sure.
It's inside there, right?
Okay.
So it's very high above the last shelf that I can't get there. I'm the tallest one in the freaking house, and I can't get there. Is over there in the back
Oh, hell no.
with the cabinet supposed to be closed and everything. It was closed. The whole thing is very hard to open because it's an old building.
And nobody else put it there?
Nobody.
Because no one could
Dude,
reach it.
So I say, okay, either it was a goddamn ghost or it was one of us is a sleepwalker. I put it up there.
Dude, that's weird.
That is,
But
But even if you're a sleepwalker, you couldn't get it up there.
I have to get in a chair and then I can get up there.
That is,
Dude, that'd be a lot of shit for a sleepwalker.
That's a
dude.
lot
That's
of
true.
shit for a sleepwalker. You'd probably tip
Right?
over.
My apartment's what?
You probably tip over,
Yeah,
right?
I was
Because
thinking- yeah, oh
to
yeah, you tip
stand
over, yeah.
in your sleep on a chair and then reach up your chair. You're
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
balance to do that.
I don't know. I've
It'd
never
be
done
very
So-
impressive.
Yeah.
That was weird. And it happened 3 more things, but that aren't be moved like that.
Really?
That we don't recall any of us moving it. So I don't know if we're losing it or
Dude, I feel like
Getting
you got the
all-
most stories out of everybody in
Yeah.
terms of like being haunted. And it's
Right.
all stems from the rose.
The rose and the,
The
grave.
rose?
The rose in the grave.
Rose in the grave.
Yeah.
What do you mean the rose in the grave? Oh, the rose in the grave. Yeah,
You're fine.
Forgets his own story. It's all true.
Oh, God.
Shit.
It wasn't a rose. It was another kind of flower. That's
Oh,
what I
that's
remember.
right. The
We just want it to be the Seal song.
I don't even
from
remember that.
1998.
play that now.
It's a pretty good song, actually.
How did it go again?
guys.
Oh, you got to go?
It was a pleasure,
All right,
guys.
thank you, George.
Yeah,
We'll have to
for
have you
sure.
back.
Thank you,
Take it
Ghost
easy, man.
Hunters.
Hey, any question for George? Email us and he'll answer them next time he's on.
Not about, please, no sex.
Ghost sex. I'm sure you have a
because-
lot
First
of
question
fans.
was it consensual? That's
Ooh.
going to be question
Yeah.
one.
That's a big one. Yeah.
One of the things, Patty, we didn't get to it, but she is an expert in ghost sex. And she was like, I've read stuff where she tells you what to do and how to facilitate it. But she said, anytime, if it's not wanted, you tell them to get out. You have to take ownership of like it happening, of your home. Like if they're in your home, whatever it is, you have to tell them to get out.
Yeah.
Invoke any kind of belief system you have, whatever, but just more about being, and fear and anger are the 2 biggest things that feed those things. So don't be angry.
Oh my God.
and
Don't be angry. Are you
afraid.
kidding? I get
Well,
I
there's
home
a,
from
there's, a,
just
there's an, I think
going the
there's,
street.
I think there's an anger in terms of like, protecting your family. And then there's like the rage that you have, if something's not going right at work and you're just like
Road
fuming
rage.
and what'd you say?
Road rage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
like the traffic
like
on my drive over here.
unnecessary-
unhealthy,
Yeah, exactly.
unhealthy anger. You know what I mean? When you,
Oh.
we all probably experience
stress.
that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But just don't let that feed the cycle.
Oh, okay.
So when you go home tonight, you're going to be thinking about all this stuff. Don't get angry or afraid.
Actually, I get very happy because
You're very
my
happy.
family,
When
Because you had a
after-
ghost hand job. Wait,
it's like, yeah, it's actually, I had joy. I was joyful. All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
You've been listening to the Dad's Doomsday Guide.
So enlightening. I loved it.
Get more episodes and videos at themadmachinist.com.
Superb.
Oh, hell yeah!